Hi everyone, welcome to the February monthly card club. Um, Today this should be posting, we should be having a Zoom this afternoon, but with the snow of last week all the schedule got a little turned off, or turned topsy-turvy I guess, and instead I have a competing, I haven't had any caffeine. I have the all-day retreat today, and I don't have Wi-Fi from there to broadcast. So I got up early, but I don't think I'm early enough to do a full walk you through doing each card. So you've all received the tutorial via email. I'll also post that in the Facebook group. So, but I wanted to walk you through what's in the kit and talk about how these are done so that you can work on them and as soon as you get your kit. Or if you didn't get the kit and you're just working from the tutorial, you can go ahead and get started. So let's talk about what's in the kit. So for $30, you always get $20 or so in product. So you have a card from me. You have a full bolt of the fine art ribbon. You have some champagne rhinestones. You have some gold leafing. You have a template for using the stamparatus. And then you have your projects. You've got 4 envelopes, and each are numbered in the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, with the number that corresponds to your instructions. So, looking at, let me set this kit aside for a second. And show you, I'm not working fine. Okay, so for this first card, goodness, I need some caffeine. So you are working with a smoky slate card base. You have another piece of smoky slate. You need to cut your designer series paper. You have a small piece of white for stamping, and then you have this inner piece of white for the inside layer. So those can go all like that, and then you're going to stamp here. Right? I stamped in Pretty Peacock, and I just stamped the image, just leaving enough room for whatever greeting I wanted to put. So if you don't want to put thank you on yours, just arrange your stamping so that you have room for your greeting. Maybe even stamp your greeting first and then add the other pieces. But I did all the stamping in Pretty Peacock. Then I adhered those 2 layers together and attached them with dimensionals to the DSP. Right, so pretty simple, straightforward card. I think you won't have any problems with it. Then the next card, and mine is going to get stuck coming out of the envelope because I have a piece of glue, a glue dot in an unfortunate place. But I would have never put Pretty Poppy Parade and Petal Pink together and then even add Flirty Flamingo, but I think that this is a stunning card. So I'm very grateful for the demonstrator that shared this. So a Pretty Peacock card base, and okay, mine is missing a few pieces. You should have a white layer for inside, some white scraps or some white die cut pieces here. You'll have 2, okay, and then you have your die cut piece from the ornate layers. So I tucked in my ribbon around my designer series paper and just adhered it on the back side, or actually on this side. It's on the side. It's my glue dot is right there that I'm messing with. Using your template and your stamparatus, stamp this die cut once in Old Olive, and then stamp it the next one in Flirty Flamingo. And then with your stamp on a block, add the accent pieces there. Then you'll just cut out the pink pieces and put them on top of the old olive. So you can see that this is really two pieces. Now you could complicate this and use markers to stamp it up, but it's really not necessary. It's really beautiful just like that. And then I attached it with dimensionals to the petal pink layer, added some rhinestones. Actually, before you do that, you need to stamp your greeting, happy birthday, fit nicely, and I did that in Memento Black. And so the flower is on dimensionals to the petal pink, and the petal pink is on dimensionals to the DSP. And now we get to play with some gold leafing. All right, so for this, you've got a pool party card base. You have a strip of white. You'll need to cut a strip of the designer series paper. You have a strip to stamp your greeting. And then you should have a piece of white for the inside as well. I don't know why I seem to have, okay, there. Now, the only stamping is the stamping of your greeting, and you can stamp and trim it down, use whatever greeting that you like, cut your ribbon so that it's just a little bit longer than your greeting, cut it on a slant, and then I just cut my my label for my greeting on a slant as well. I've already embossed this piece for you. Didn't do it for myself, but I did it for all of you. And then you need tear and tape to run a strip of tear and tape down each edge of this white piece. So it's something, I should put my glasses on. Quite sticky. Okay. And I'll just do that one side right now. Then you peel this off. Okay. So that peels off. Then take your leafing. I've got a lot of static in here. And just pick it up however, however you like. And then just rub it. You can use, I've got a sponge in my container. And of course, don't worry about the inside edge. Your DSP is going to cover that. And you just kind of keep rubbing until it's smooth. And you can I'm just rubbing with my finger to get an edge, an outer edge. So you'll do that on both pieces, on both sides, and then you'll just lay this on top. You see that? I feel like my lighting still needs work in here. It's a gray day outside. That probably doesn't help. Okay, so that is all there is to that card. I stamped my greeting in Night of Navy. And then the only dimensionals I used were actually on this label itself, and it's offset a little bit so that it will stick to the card and not just the ribbon. Now this last card, this was I created this card thinking it was going to be the card that I included as kind of a thank you to you. And then it got such response, I felt like it should actually be the fourth card, and I would do something different. I actually used a technique where I stamped 4 cards like this at one time, and then I cut them out and put them together. And I'll show you how to do that, but for this class, you can do it just one at a time. The instructions tell you to start with these 2 flowers. So this is a very vanilla piece. You've got a basic black, and then you have a very vanilla piece for the inside. So your flowers these 2 are petal pink and flirty flamingo. And then you can add your greenery or add the bumblebee, whichever you want. This bumblebee is just, there's not a 2-tone for it. These pieces, you have 4 die cut of the large flowers, and you need 3 pieces for each flower. So it works out, trust me. Just fill in the gaps around your card with 3 of them, and then glue them down, or I use dimensionals, and then trim them off, and then you'll have 1 extra piece that you can use for the other one. And that's really the trick. I took my marker and flicked using the brush end to add the black flecks. The dragonfly I stamped with Memento black on vellum. So I punched out a dragonfly for you, punched out 2, and then I thought that you might prefer, if you don't have a dragonfly, you might want to do a butterfly. So I gave you some vellum so that you can do whatever flying insect you like. The back side of the dragonfly is where I colored with my markers, and I used Poppy Parade, Flirty Flamingo, and Bumblebee. Something triggered the printer. But color that on the back side. And then I added Wink of Stella on the wings. The Stella does kind of run the black a little bit. I thought that was actually a nice effect because otherwise the dragonfly was just really going to get lost on this. And then I just added some of the champagne rhinestones and stamped my greeting in the middle. Now I did this from the You Are Amazing stamp set. Use whatever greeting that you like. That's all there is to it, to these cards. I think that they are beautiful, but they're by no means complex. So if you have any questions, please let me know and I will answer them. Because I don't know that I'll have Wi-Fi today. I don't think I'll only have Wi-Fi on my phone. But I'll try to get to your questions as soon as I can. And we'll come back and I can do a more in-depth video and maybe set up a Zoom call for us. And I hope that you stay dry today. I think we're all, everyone that has purchased the kit is here in Tennessee. So have a great day, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back here soon.